So we're out here, we're in the San Juans. We're trying to get as many first descents as possible this week. You know, stuff that I think hasn't been run. Great views. We're hiking into the Piedra Falls, gonna scout it out. Brenton's got his dry suit and PFD. We're gonna get the depth check and see if we get some first Ds here in the San Juans. Obviously pretty concerned about smacking that left wall up top, and then we're extremely concerned about smacking these rocks in the bottom. Like, there is a spot you can land. We don't know how deep it is yet, but like, you know, just getting there alone is extremely concerning.
Like, if you're trying to angle it, like let's say at like a 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, you could
There's a reconnect.
Yeah.
There's something. It's hard to tell. You could accidentally land too flat. You could, I think more flow would clean that up, but I don't know how much, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I could see more flow if it kind of misses, that you could kind of...
Yeah. Pencil in more?
Yeah.
Well, we think it might be deep enough, but looking at the lip a little bit more, it just looks really bad. And yeah, I don't feel like getting body slammed onto a rock belt today. So
Not off 40-footer, huh?
I think we're gonna call this one off. Move on to the next one.
Hike into the Vallecito and actually go kayaking today.
Salvage the day.
It's gonna be Brenton's first Vallecito lap.
Kayaking.
So it's definitely not a waste.
We built this city on rock and roll. Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. Marconi plays the mambo. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the
Vallecito.
Here we go, round two, baby. Let's hope for a little more success this time in our first D mission. But yeah, we're getting the boat packed here for a full day. We don't know what the day is going to bring, but apparently there's some pretty sweet waterfalls up ahead.
For many years I tried
would have ran it, but our plans are foiled by this one big log that's stuck in there. There's just no way to get around it. But I think you could have run this drop either by shouldering into that curler and let it taking you, or boofing over it and then boofing again. And then the last slide is chill, just, you know, late boof. But I just don't see a way to portage.
I understand so many tears wasted over you for many for many for many years I tried to understand so many tears wasted over you for many years I tried to understand so many tears wasted over you for many
And I'm just coming into view of this final waterfall on Williams Creek, and I can say it looks awesome. It's certainly a fair bit of work for one waterfall in a short run, but if there wasn't wood in that next gorge, you could run all through the next gorge and then through the campground or to the lake, and it would be one of the best runs in Colorado for sure. But unfortunately, there is just wood, which is a huge bummer. If someone wants to clean this thing out, like, you will have done everybody a huge favor. I hate to say it, Brenton, I would love to kayak this creek.
Yeah.
It looks extremely fun.
Yep.
But we know we have an option that's safe.
Yep.
And we're gonna get a waterfall. Brenton and I are bushwhacking in. We're committing to this fourth waterfall, the 20-footer. But man, it's a lot of work. I think I'm gonna go like the left side of that flake, kind of where there's more green water, with, I don't know, whichever lefty or righty feels good.
Yeah, just try and get it.
But where the
far left.
green water is on that flake,
Yeah.
that's where it shoots out the most. And I think you're gonna land pretty flat. But
Yeah, this is not as clean as it looks, huh?
I think it's pretty clean. I'm out here. I think I want to do 2 laps on it, so I'm just setting up my rope so I can clip my boat in and hike up real fast and do 2.
Don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We're the ones who start little fires. Yeah, they burn out. But when they're on the rise, they can't help
Nice work.
Dang, so we just finished kayaking like the, fifth of a mile stretch that we did. Super fun little slides. Like the whole rest of the creek would be like that fun. And then you would go into that gorge with the 3 waterfalls. But, we just know that it has wood, so we can't. But dang, if it didn't have wood, it would be like that the whole way down. Unfortunately, for me and Brenton, we're going up this. This is the kind of terrain you got to bushwhack through when you're in the San Juans. Not fun. So, me and Luke came back, and we're gonna try to run this 20-footer today. We just got to figure a way to get boats up that cliff. I think we got to take out here and go up this cliff so that we don't run that drop with the log in it. So, I think Luke and I decided we're gonna put in below this log but above the drop. We're gonna fire up the drop, and then we're gonna get out in one of these eddies here. And then Luke is setting up an ascender system so we can ascend this cliff. And then I'm gonna put a second rope on so we can drag the boats up separately just in case something happens there. So I am kind of rappelling / walking in, just scouting out that there's a spot. For us to put our boats. It looks super steep down here, and what I'm doing here is I'm building a spot for us to put the boats so we can kind of seal launch. Don't take my line. I thought you could get a good boot, but it just ramped me into the wall. Luckily it was chill. I think you just want to run it all the way left and basically try to skip out into this eddy. What an epic place to be, man. This is one hell of a canyon. And now Luke's just going to be nice and catch me. What do you think the long-term ramifications for this creek are if we clean it up?
Dude, huge, classic. Like, that gorge with those 3 drops is sick right there. Plus the other ones Jacob did the other day. Dude, just the scenery to paddle through this place.
So what are we getting ourselves into today?
We're going for a walk. Hopefully doing some kayaking. We're gonna walk off the road and go try and find Lake Fort Fall, or Mystic Falls, and see how sketchy rappelling in is going to be. Hopefully that lower one looks super runnable.
Up and out, I'm awake 'cause it haunts me. Did I
never got to say what I want to. Oh my God, oh my God, I'm not the same as I was with you. I would jump out my skin just to get you. Oh my God, oh my God, how could you have ever known if I never let you show? Now I just wanna know.
So the lip is like fucking stout. I think you would just have to be all the way left and just... I'm a little worried about the wall though.
Which one?
The right wall.
River right?
Smacking it on the way down with your bow.
Can't wait to run this shit! It looks so cool, man. Look at it. Look at it.
So what are we doing here, Luke?
We're getting ready. We're gonna test a rope plank, make sure we can wrap in, and get ready to fucking do this badass waterfall, man. This is gonna be cool. This is gonna be really special.
And how long is this rope?
This is 60 meters, about 200 feet.
All uphill. This is not the year for me to hike in with the kayak.
Oh, look at this. We got the most important addition to the crew here. So we're back. We brought the boats. We're suited up. We're ready to go. And despite snow last night and cold temperatures, it looks like it's just a little bit higher. There was a flake on the left that's like covered. So I think we're planning on just going all the way left against the wall, and it's going to be good. I can't get any farther. So Brenton, how do you feel about this rappel?
Well, it's the first time I've ever done anything like this, so needless to say, I'm a little nervous. Jacob, where are we at? What are we doing here?
We're at Mystic Falls, and I'm doing the biggest rappel of my life, so we can get into this like 25, 30 footer. But the rappel is, I think we're all just as fired up, and some of us who aren't Luke, just as nervous.
Luke, are you fired up?
Dude, this is gonna be awesome. I can't fucking wait.
Oh man, this is epic.
Oh my God, it is.
All right, give her hell.
Chapters in the morning, get into the lonely, and here comes from the warning. Capsize, I'm first in the water, too close to the bottom. I'm right back where I started, said I'm fine.
That you left me.
Oh my God, oh my God.
And 3 words have never come easy, 'cause you're more than they ever could be.
Oh my God, oh my God.
How could you have ever known if I never let it show? Now I just wanna know.
I'm fine, chapters in the morning, get into the lonely, and here comes from the warning. Capsize, I'm first in the water.
So in typical Colorado fashion, we just finished the hike and it's hailing on us. So blue skies, hail, huge waterfalls. So what did we find?
Morels, baby. Look at these. Dude, those are some big, like, dude, these are gonna be really good.
Baby. It's gonna be good. Waterfall special. We're celebrating a great lap with this Rico, what's it called, Luke?
Rico Suave.
Rico Suave section of the Dolores. It's really high, so. What I think is going to happen is that you're going to come off kind of where it looks like the high point up there, but you're going to be coming and nearly like reconnecting with this shelf, because I think like you're going to peel out of that eddy and you're going to unfortunately be going right to left. So I do worry about that, but let's just check the depth first and see. Walking back from the Poughkeepsie section, and it's so good I made a much longer video extensively detailing all the scouting I did, because I legitimately believe it's as good as the North Fork of the Crystal. So if you're interested in what I think would be a first D on a great section that doesn't really need that much work, like one log that you could lasso and get like in 20 minutes, it's not even that big a log, watch that video. So we're here hiking up the Cascade Creek, Upper Cascade Creek. There's like 6 or 7 huge waterfalls. All but one of them look totally unrunnable. And then there's this Engine Creek. But the flow is high and it seems like too good a mission to pass up, so I'm hiking in. We're here at the Engine Creek waterfall, tributary of the Cascade Creek. It's running pretty good, as you can see. I guess to get high flows, you gotta deal with snow.
Family, friends, come round, 'cause I wasted most of my life.
So the waterfall looks like it could be good to go, but you really gotta catch one of those eddies, because you can't flush down this thing. This thing is fucking horrible. And it goes into this like crack sieve drop. It appears to be about a 30-footer. That eddy's where you gotta get out. You could also get out here. That would be okay. A lot of the boil kind of goes into this rock. Put in this eddy, it's super chill put in. I think somehow like dig, and then lefty off of this thing so that you land like sideways, and then drive off the main drop. I think if you fall in this crack, it's like game over. Here is my verdict. It's about a 30-footer. It's definitely kind of tall. You wouldn't want to land flat, you'd want a 45. It's about 8 feet deep. So I think as long as you didn't plug the shit out of it, it's deep enough. The entrance is next level. It's quite stout. I think you want to boof off that flake, but I do think it is runnable. It's just mind-blowingly stout, but it's very runnable. You have to get out in this eddy river left here. If you get swept down, you're going off this unrunnable shit.
Gotta be red, weird and wild. I wanna live that red and wild life. When you dial on to the youngest house. When you dial on to the youngest house. Wrong number, dial on. Wrong number, dial on. Wrong number, dial on to the youngest house. I wanna live that real wild life. I got myself those real wild eyes. Real wild eyes.
So here's the Cascade Creek Trail. with the ice cream scoop. One, the lip is ridiculously stout. I suppose conceivably a line exists, but not exactly what you want at the lip of like a really stout, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 footer, I don't know. It's tall. Second, there's like a death pocket in one of those potholes at the bottom. You'd get stuck in the ice cream scoop. And three, well, I have no idea if it's deep enough. Alright, so Brenton and I are hiking into this Indian Creek Falls. Somehow we decided that this like 2.5 mile hike in would be better than the other 2.5 mile hike in we were doing. But the waterfall looks cool. Brenton's pretty fired up. I'm still on the fence, so maybe I'm just hiking my boat in to make Brenton feel better, but you know, it's always worthwhile. And one of the problems is that this drop is certain depth. And so I've set up an anchor here so we have a fixed line. We're gonna string this across the river. We're gonna string it across the river at river level. And that way, in the, God forbid, worst case scenario that one of us swims or is otherwise in our boat, at this point where there's no more last chances, we can grab this fixed line and hang on for dear life until safety can come help. Was it worth the hike?
Yes, it was worth the hike.
And now we gotta hike out. Well, certainly not a bad view for a hike.